Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, E2 Blue, coming back at you again. Yo, I don't even know where to start. This whole Dez Bryant debacle that we have going on here in Dallas. Now, I heard you all in the comments. I've seen the comments. I'm loving the fact that, I'm getting a perspective from everybody's viewpoint at this point. Some of you don't like Dez. Some of you are on the fence. Whether he stays, you're okay with it. If he gets a contract that's suitable for the team, whether he goes, you're not going to lose sleep. I heard you say that. Then there's other people that are in love with Dez Bryant and wants him to be here. And again, that's the fandom right there. It's wonderful to see different perspectives of people, but let's respect each other though. Let's not curse each other out. Let's respect each other. Everybody has their opinions. I value everybody's opinions. But me as a YouTuber, I speak my opinion as well. But like I said before, I always speak reality. I always speak truth. And I keep it real. You guys know when you hear my voice, you know that it's going to be real stuff coming out of it. Because I ain't fake. I ain't phony. I'm not sometimey. If you guys ever see me in person, you know that I'm a real chill guy, man. I don't be in nobody's business. It is what it is. That's just the way I am. But I'm cool with everybody. You know what I mean? You cool with me, I'm cool with you. That's how I roll. You know? As long as you don't disrespect me, we all good. So, with that being said, I don't know about you guys, but I'm really tired of this whole Dez Bryant thing. Now, don't crush me about the video that I did before about if for some reason they keep Dez, great, I'll be happy. Um, I'm just going by what I heard, and normally when things like that where a player's getting cut, 90% of the time it happens. Normally when you see an article come out like that. Now, it was somebody that said that it was a fake article. I don't know whether it was or not. There is speculation because now other sources are starting to pick up on it and they're starting to literally take heed to what's going on. You got commentators out there talking. You got Shannon Sharp talking. Deion Sanders. You know, I've always respected Deion because it's Deion. I mean, that's prime. But thing about Deion is he's always got some drama around him. Every time he says something, it's drama. Now, I'm not gonna disrespect the man because Deion is the shit. We all know that. But he said something that was interesting to me. He said that how come Witten Beasley didn't take a pay cut? What? I think he been hitting that Jack Daniels too hard, bro. Because look, why Witten and Beasley didn't take a pay cut? Think about that for a minute before I even respond. I'm just gonna a pay cut, mother for what? First of all, Witten they just restructured Witten. That's where that other extra money came from before they restructured Travis Frederick. Are you not paying attention to the team, bro? This is your former team. You don't pay attention to what's going on? They already took, they already restructured Witten's contract. I mean, Witten's contract is, at this point, there's nothing else you could do with it. They already restructured it. You already kicked the can down the road on that. You can't keep kicking it. And Beasley is cheap. What are you going to cut off of Beasley? His contract is not that big. I mean, what is it like? 3 point something million. I mean, that's no, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that. Now, I don't understand why he said that because again, he's closer to the team than you and I are. So why would you not know that already? Or why would you just is it just you just want to start controversy? Because I'm gonna tell you one thing about me. I'm not here for controversy. I'm just here to speak the truth and to to educate you guys, and hey, to just get feedback from you guys and talk. That's the whole purpose of YouTube. That's why we have our videos up. This is the reason why we do this, because it's interactive. That's what we do. You know what I mean? But to cause problems and controversy, that doesn't do anything but make the situation worse. You already know that the Dallas Cowboys as an organization is already a closely watched team. Whether you hate them or you love them, Dallas Cowboys are always front string. Think about it. How many times have you watched a game, a football game, and two teams are playing, neither one of them is the Dallas Cowboys, and you hear the commentator say something about the Cowboys or something about somebody on the team? How did you paint a picture of the Cowboys when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are playing the goddamn Seahawks? What? We're always talked about, whether for good or bad reasons. We're always out there. And again, I tell y'all all, like I tell my other YouTubers, being a Cowboy fan is hella difficult. And if you are a Cowboy fan, you're not going to claim to be a Cowboy fan if you're not ready for the scrutiny. We're one of the most scrutinized football organizations in the damn league right now. And again, I know that a lot of y'all are frustrated, because hell, I am too. But I just kind of, what I do is I just sit back and chill and just wait for that shit to hit the fan, and then I just sit back and I just be like, now that shit that you just said didn't make any goddamn sense, did it? Now, as I digress, everybody is entitled to their opinion, but if shit don't make sense, I'm gonna let you know about it. I'm not going to speak gibberish. I'm not going to speak nonsense, because that ain't what I'm about. I'm an educated brother, and that's what I'm here to do. Educate and entertain, hopefully. Hopefully you guys like my videos. That's what I'm here for. To share my knowledge, to share my perspective, and to broaden your perspective. That's just what I'm here for. I'm just here to just open your eyes and your mind. That way, you guys can get a discussion started, because again, there's more than one side of the story. There's more than you know. There's more than I know. There's always something that is behind the scenes that nobody knows about. So everything is speculation right now. At the end of the day, nobody knows whether Dez is going to be on this team or not. Now, like I said, some of you care, some of you don't give a damn. Some of you are like, okay, well, I'm like this, and I'm not a Dez lover. I'm not a lover to any player, first of all. I love my team, yes, but as far as the players, we already know they come and go. But I will take up for a player if I know that he has potential. I will take up for a player if I know that what's happening with him is not all his fault. I will take up for a player if I know that he is worth being on this team. My opinion. Now, as far as Dez goes, everybody is so quick to talk about, how he's a bust now, but I mean, he's still leading the team in franchise history with the most touchdowns, even more than Michael Irvin. And I know that it's a different generation, but you guys forgot what he actually did for this team. And I already know what you're gonna say. What have you done for me lately? And you guys always say the past 3 years he hasn't been 1,000 yards. He hasn't hit 1,000 yards, blah, blah, blah. He hasn't had a 100-yard game since Green Bay. Okay. All of that is not his fault. And I said this before, and we had this conversation about him and Dak's cohesion and how it's non-existent right now. I feel like if he has another year on this team, that they can get something together. I feel like just give him one more year. You know what I mean? That's all I'm fighting for. I'm not saying it because I'm biased to Dez. I'm not. I mean, if I thought that Dez was a problem, I would want his ass out of here. But I look at Scandrick. Now, I'm not crying that Scandrick is gone. I mean, a lot of people say he was a cancer in the locker room anyway, and a lot of players didn't even wish him goodbye, which is rare. But again, we don't know how the players interact. We only know what we see that they show on Twitter or Instagram or what they show to us. We don't know what they're like at home or in their locker rooms. But you know, I don't. I never thought that Dez was a problem to this team. I always thought that he was passionate. Yes, and yes, he wants the ball. I mean, he's what you call. I guess you could call him a wide receiver diva. But every team doesn't have one, but most of the great wide receivers are like that. Michael Irvin was like that. Even though he don't play anymore, he's still a damn diva. You see that how he acts and responds. That's just the way he's just a diva on a more mature level. Randy Moss, he's damn sure still a diva because he tells people all the time that he can still play at an elite level in this league. Go ask Randy Moss right now. He'll tell you, man, I can play against all of them. Um, More notable guy that just left the league. Steve Smith Jr. Steve Smith Sr. Like he says it all the time, even though he's commentating now and doing his thing. Like he'll tell you straight up, I can still play, even with the injuries that he had. He can still play. But again, I feel like if you don't have some type of passion, then what are you playing this game for? If you don't have a passion for playing, especially the wide receiver position, you gotta be kind of cocky. You know what I mean? Because if you don't, it's gonna be like Morris Claiborne when you go out there and you get burned, or you try to catch the ball and the ball gets intercepted every time, or if you're getting checked by a cornerback and he's locking your ass down, that's gonna kill at your it's gonna kill at your self esteem. And again, as a wide receiver, you got to have a very high self esteem. You have to have a strong mind, and you got to be somewhat cocky. I don't want you to be a divish where you're causing problems. I think that Odell Beckham is a guy that I wouldn't want on this team because I think that he's a guy that will cause problems to a team, not Dez Bryant. You know what I mean? And I look at because Bryant hasn't done the things that Odell has done. You know what I mean? But you know, they're going to always attack Dez. They're going to attack Zeke. They're going to attack any player on this team that is outwardly spoken. They're not going to mess with people like Cole Beasley because he's not out there like that. Yeah, he had a rap song, which the lyrics, so he was flowing on that thing. He really was. But, again, the players on this team that are low-key, they're boring to the media. The media always tries to bring out somebody that is already out there because they want to make headline news, something that's clickbait, whatever the case may be. But again, I just think that I feel like that they need to give Dez another year. Yes, cut his contract, whatever that you have to do, but don't do it in a way that's disrespectful to the guy because he has done a lot for this organization since he's been here in 2010. And again, I still think that he has it. I want to see him in this offense with Hearns, with Thompson, and see what he can do, how he can produce, how these guys can push him to be even better. You see what I'm saying? Bring that old Dez out of him. Because I know he still got it in him. It's not like it just went away. Yes, players do deteriorate, but not like that. His ability ain't deteriorate like that. Come on now. Come on. That's like you being good. Like, for instance, I'm going to tell y'all something that y'all don't know about me. I haven't spoke about it yet. Yes, y'all know that I DJ, but I'm also an avid roller skater, and I'm very good at it. Now, I've been roller skating for about 20 years. I can not skate for about a year and come back like I just skated yesterday. That's just because I've been doing it for a long time. And I feel like Dez still has it. It's not like it went away. Yes, he's probably not as fast or shifty, but I feel like if he gets with that route guru or whoever that is, and he refines his game, and tired of saying this shit. I'm tired of it. The coaching staff needs to learn how to utilize the ability of the players on this team. Because I'm going to tell you, if Dez gets cut, I think that's a wrong move. Because Dez is going to go to another team, and he could potentially get with a team that has a great wide receivers coach. And that coach is going to play him on to his strengths. And don't let them have a good quarterback that he can have some good cohesion with. especially like in a veteran quarterback, like somebody that's been in the league as long as Tony, like Aaron Rodgers or something like that. Just imagine if Dez was with the Packers and Aaron Rodgers throwing him the ball. Think about it for a minute. You don't think that he wouldn't be elite? Again, show that he is a number one? Because I damn sure believe it. He would burn the hell out of people because they would know how to use him. The Packers have done more with less. They have beaten us and almost beaten us in games where they were playing with goddamn replacement players. And I'm sorry for cursing somebody. I'm just passionate right now. But yeah, like, they're playing with replacement players. And they still almost beat us. So, I say that to say that a lot of the issues with this team is the coaching staff. And I think somebody said it on one of my comments. I forget who it is. I'm sorry. Because there was so many different comments. But somebody said that, like, the changes that we made on this coaching staff is like a monster. The head and shoulders, the head and the feet were still there. But the body was changed. That's deep. Hey, shout out to whoever said that. We cut the body out by changing all the assistants and the secondary coaches and all this. We changed all that. But the head and the feet are still there. Jason Garrett is the head. Scott Linehan is the feet that walks these plays. Think of it. Think about it. You still have those two people. I don't know what's up. I don't know what was up with Linehan last year, because how you have a team that's 13-3 the year before and all of a sudden you just forget what you're doing. I think that Tony Romo had a lot to do with Dak's success when he was here, because he was telling Dak, basically, this is how I treat Dez. This is what I do with Dez. Do this, do that. We already know that Tony Romo is a beast at reading defenses. Dak will learn how to do that, but it's going to take time. I keep telling y'all, he was a 4th round pick. He wasn't supposed to be a starting quarterback. He just so happened that he got pushed into that role. And because nobody knew him in his rookie year, he was able to beat teams. Now that people didn't figure him out, now he has to learn. I know you see my dog in the background. It's funny. Little eye looking at his little eye. Anyway, so with Dak, it's like he has to learn that. He has to learn how to be like Tony. And I believe that he can. The boy is smart. The boy is smart. And again, being a quarterback, you have to have intelligence. You have to. You can't be a dumb quarterback. And I'm not trying to insult anybody's intelligence. And I'm not going to name any players in the past that didn't succeed because they didn't have the mental capability. But football it's a lot of mental in football. And I'm going to tell you, when I played linebacker. And the linebacker position, all three positions of linebacker is very cerebral. You got to know your assignments. You got to know what you're doing. And in order to succeed, you have to be able to read offenses and know when the running back is going to cut when they're running. Because I'm going to tell you, what makes good linebackers is you being able to sniff out the offense and be able to tackle a running back for a loss. And I was real good at that. I can't explain to you how I was able to read it, but all I can say is that you just grow a knack for it. Like when you get there, it's almost like your brain is in overdrive. Your brain is an autopilot. You just kind of you just know. Your brain is like, he's going this way, and you just meet him at the point of attack. Now, I really think that could get this team to where we need, but we need the coaching staff to make that happen for him, because it can't happen by itself. And a lot of reason why Dez's downfalls were the way they were is because of this team as a whole. It's not just one person. Everybody works together as a unit. And I hate keep bringing up the Eagles, but it's a perfect example. When you win Super Bowls, you have to be able to switch stuff up. You have to be able to utilize more than just 10 players on your team. There's no way in the world that this team loses games just by losing Zeke, just by not having Dez on the field. We have to be able to use our depth, and that's the reason why they got these wide receivers in here. We need a competition. We need depth. Now that we have it, please don't get rid of Dez. I'm asking y'all, Jerry, Steven, and I'm not saying this because I love Dez. I'm saying this because it makes sense. Because if you cut Dez right now, who you going to get to be the number one? Because Hearns and Thompson are not number ones. I said it before. They are good at their supporting roles. They're good at the number 2 and number 3. That's what they do. But they're not going to lead this team because nobody's going to be threatened by them. You still have to have somebody like Dez to be there. Because, again, Hearns will take some of the attention off of Dez. That way he can be even more dominant. And on the back end of that, who you going to get if Dez is not here no more? Okay, we go to the draft, get Calvin Ridley. Okay, but don't we also need a defensive tackle? We haven't really done much on defense yet in the free agency. We still need a damn safety. We still need another linebacker. Joe Thomas is not going to be a starter. He's going to be for depth purposes. He's going to be a backup and a special teamers. You still need somebody that has starting capability. All right? So we have better needs on this team than wide receiver, in my opinion. Now, everybody keeps going back to the contract. And yes, that's the main thing right now. If they can get Dez's contract to a manageable point, then I'm all with him still being here. Do that. Have that conversation. Stop pussyfooting around, Jerry, Steven. Go talk to the boy. Work something out and figure this out. So we can stop stressing. Because it's what? 4.5 weeks till the draft? 4 weeks to the draft? A month to the draft? Literally. And we're literally sitting here like, why are we talking about this right now? It's real simple. Either cut the contract, restructure him, do whatever you need to do to lower it, or just get rid of him now. Why you gotta wait till the end of the draft? Because you want to see if you get somebody that's worth taking this position. I'm gonna tell you, I don't give a damn who you take in this draft. As far as elite wide receivers, in my opinion, this draft is only like 3 or 4 of them. You got Calvin Ridley, you got DJ Moore, you got Christian Kirk. I mean, those are all guys that they've already been looking at. And they're going to Alabama to even go look at your boy. So my whole thing is this. That's fine. Yes, you can draft them. But they're not going to be dominant day one. Because some of our fans that don't know much about football or ever played it look at it like it's fantasy. They want to see their wide receiver get over 1,000 yards a year. They want to see him get 16 to 18 touchdowns a year. That's not really realistic because in a lot of ways, you look at guys that had great production like Antonio Brown and what's the boy's name? I'm getting old. Julio Jones. They're people say that they're 1 and 2 right now as far as the best wide receivers in the league at this point, and even they don't get that much. Now, they're great for your fantasy, getting your fantasy points, but at the end of the day, their teams know how to play them. And their teams also have veteran quarterbacks that have been playing with those guys for a long time. We don't have Tony Romo here throwing Dez the ball, which in my opinion is the reason why a lot of his stats dipped. But even with his stats dipping, he still did more than Hearns and Thompson did last season. So you're expecting somebody that hasn't proven that they can do that much to be your number one, to replace Dez? No, bro. No. Again, I'm just bringing a different perspective to y'all on this one. Now, you can like it or love it. That's just where I'm at with that. And I know you guys are going to talk about it in the comments. I appreciate that. Do that. I encourage that because I want to see y'all opinions and how y'all feel about it as well. I already know some of y'all opinions because I see it on my last video. But again, that's what prompted me to do this video. But let me know what y'all think. Thanks again to all my subscribers. If you're watching this for the first time, it's your boy E2 Blue. Subscribe to your channel, support me. Y'all see much more of me. And until then, y'all have a great evening. Have a great day.